What it do, neck bones and collard greens? It's Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade BELLE Collective, episode 11, season 3, child. Okay, so Gucci meets up with her daughter D and her grandbaby for some froyo. And she tells D that Sanjay called JJ mad that Gucci filed charges against Selena. Do I think that charges need to be filed? No. I think that that's just adding salt to the wound and making a situation even bigger than what it already is. It is going to make the situation even worse and prolong any type of reconciliation, coming together and just an agree to disagree or whatever. I don't think that filing charges was necessary. I really honestly don't. Unless, like I said, you were like, physically harmed in the situation, okay, but both of y'all came out unscathed. I don't think that that was necessary, but that's just me. And who hit who first? I know some people were saying Selena hit her first. Other people were saying that Gucci hit her first. I don't even know, but I don't think that that's necessary. So D was like, mad because she feeling like how Sanjay and the twins mad at Gucci. And she was like, my mama neglected me coming up to take care of y'all, and you dare text me saying I want around with your mama. They still don't take accountability for their actions. I was like, no, they didn't text this girl saying they want around with her mama. Like, what? Yo, this is craziness. See, this is, like I said, I feel like things have gotten way out of hand, because at the end of the day, this issue is between Gucci and Selena and JJ. Honestly, truly, like, the kids do not need to be involved at all, because that's just going to make things 10 times worse. Involving other people is just gonna make it a pile on, and it's just too much. It really honestly is, and they need to really sit down and do some type of family counseling in order to get some type of resolution, camaraderie, something, because this is ridiculous. So Keisha invites Latrice out to like this little painting class. And Akeisha tells her that she's been concerned about her, with her relationship with Cliff, because we all see that it's very toxic and he's very controlling and he belittles her. And she says if she ever needs to talk about marriage, she's there because she feels as though she doesn't know her worth. And Latrice plays it off like she always do. Girl, honey, I'm fine, honey. You might need to call me if you need some advice, honey. And it's, she does that as a deflecting mechanism, because she really doesn't want to talk about her business with other people, because she don't want people to judge her, and she knows she's not going nowhere no time soon, so it's better to avoid it or make excuses at this point. And it's really honestly, truly sad that we're witnessing this. So Lateshia and Gucci meet up, and Gucci invites her to be a part of her charity event that she's having. And she says that the girls and Selena used to participate. And so this is another thing that I'm like, why did Selena act the way that she did when y'all have been around each other? You have participated in charity events with her in the past. Everything was fine, whether or not she spoke then or whatever. So it once again proves that you did that because a camera crew was around. A camera crew. Now, I know some of y'all gonna say, because it's a video that somebody done found of the charity event, and it was Selena, the girls, and JJ being interviewed, and people was online saying Gucci wasn't nowhere around, this, that, and the third. You don't know if she was around or not. You don't know. It was an interview clip. Maybe she had walked off somewhere. I don't know. But it's obvious that she's been there for this event. You know what I'm saying? I don't really foresee them doing that and not including her. It really honestly doesn't make sense or add up to me. But anywho, and be respectful. Don't forget, y'all act crazy when it comes to Selena. Don't get blocked, okay? Be respectful. Don't come to me or come for me about my opinion about this reality show, okay? Jesus Christ almighty. Anyway, so Gucci then says, she said she was going to invite all the girls. She was like, I'm still kind of mad with Latrice because I feel like she orchestrated the whole thing. Just because her marriage is in shambles, she wants to mess up everybody else's. And Leticia points out how Latrice and Cliff left in a rush when they were at Akeisha's holiday party or whatever. And she figured that she left in a rush because she didn't want to be embarrassed by Cliff, because it seemed like he had a couple of drinks up in him. He got to talking crazy and stuff. And I know that has to be very embarrassing for her to have to tiptoe over what she say when she around people, risking her husband being rude and belligerent to people and talking crazy and all that stuff. Like, that's a lot. And then to not only do it in front of other people, but doing it in front of the entire world. So, Leticia in her confession was like, I think that Latrice lies when it comes to her husband because in her world, it's a perfect world. And I think she's afraid of change and her world blowing up. And of course, Cliff will make her life a living HE double hockey sticks. And once again, I beg to not disagree. I agree. But it's once again, for me, the pot calling the kettle black, because you and her are in the same predicament. Glenn, just from what we know, don't talk to you as bad and as crazy as Cliff does her. But you have alluded to this season that you're afraid to 100% leave Glenn in fear of what he might do to you. You're in a relationship where your husband continuously cheats on you and embarrasses you. The only difference between you and her is that y'all, quote unquote, not living in the same house as of right now, but you're still sticking and staying. You're still with him. You're still with him. And I don't think that it's a big deal for you to be not in the same house as him, because he probably still over there with you. And we know he always on the tugboat. So when he on the tugboat, he don't care where you at. But when he get back, I bet you gonna be with him. So, girl, get out of here. Like, y'all both in the same predicament. Latrice meets with Cliff at a Mexican restaurant to tell him that she has some good news. So she has signed a contract with a company called Ultra to distribute her edge control to stores all over the country. And he immediately gets mad because she didn't run it by him first, and because she signed the contract 2 weeks prior and hadn't told him, including him on anything. And see, this is how I know, and I've been saying this, but I know for a fact that Latrice did not start that business on her own. That man helped her with the startup of that business. The signs are all there, because if you came into this relationship handling your business, already up and running, a boss, doing your thing, he wouldn't feel so comfortable coming at you about, you ain't tell me this and you ain't tell me that. You can't do the same when it comes to him and his business. That's how I know he gave you some startup money. He helped you with the beginning of that business. I just feel like he allowed her to come on this show and play like she was already big boss vet, you know what I'm saying, beforehand, you know what I'm saying? But in real life, he gave her that startup money. I think that she maybe didn't want to come across looking like a sugar baby or something like that, because why do I have to run across to you anything that I do with my business? Make it make sense, because it's not adding up to me. So he mad, child. And he say, she trying to explain herself. And he was like, your situation is all screwed up. I waste my breath talking to you, wasting my time being with you. Baby, when he said that, my mouth dropped like, oh my God. And she just sitting there, well, Daddy, you ain't even giving me the chance to explain, Daddy. Just let me explain. And she up there glitching like she always do. And Latrice was like, you didn't even let me explain why I did it for my business. And he was like, I'm out of here. He get up and walk away. And so she like, check, please. They ain't even finished the food. I would have been mad. I would have said, "Nate, my food, child." So in her confessional, she was like, in order for Daddy to treat me as an equal, I have to start doing things myself so he can know I really don't need you. It's like he doesn't trust me to make smart decisions. Once again, you're telling on yourself, because if you were already up and running, bad B status, making money, doing it, like it's your B-day, baby, then y'all wouldn't even be having this conversation. You would have solidified yourself as a businesswoman, whereas you didn't need his permission or had to go consult him about anything. So the fact that you're saying that you need to show him that you can do things on your own and he doesn't trust you to make smart decisions, once again goes to show that man helped you with their business. And that's okay. I would have rather for y'all to came out and said that than to try to portray yourself as being this smart, independent woman that started this business on her own, because none of it's adding up and it's not believable at all. Not believable. So she ended up following him outside after paying for the meal. I wouldn't have paid for shit. You got me messed up. So she's pleading with him to not end on a bad note or whatever, because he ain't got no problem leaving her where she's staying. And Cliff was like, you don't sign no contract without my consent. Hit the Marseille Martin on him without his consent. Excuse you? So he was like, as long as you get what you want your way, you don't care. Because she started crying and stuff. And she was like, I'm ready to go. And he said, you can go. Baby, he be dogging her, child. Like, po thing. But she allowed herself to be put in this position. And like I said, it all adds up as to why she has not left him. It's not because she looks at him like he's her knight in shining armor and she just so in love and wants to make her marriage work. Nah, they money tied up together. She don't want to go through that hassle of no divorce and having to split up any money, and in fear of him possibly taking her business and stuff away from her, or the money that she's made. Because I bet you his name is on a lot of that stuff. I'm telling you, it's business and money why she ain't left him. That's why she's stuck. I'm telling y'all. So the local news comes to Leticia's office to interview her about her brunch tour that she's doing, and Marie comes to support. So after she does her interview, they go inside and they sit down and talk. And Leticia tells her that she wants Marie and Latrice to be a part of her panel. And Marie immediately gets annoyed and was like, see, there you go, trying to do this mess again where you keep trying to put me and Latrice together to like make us get along, and that's not going to happen. And she was like, that's why me and you can't move forward in business, because we haven't solved our issues together. And I was like, oh, so y'all got issues with one another. Okay. And she was like, so that's why you called me here for that? And I was like, well, what issues y'all got that y'all have not addressed that y'all was trying to keep off the show? But evidently Marie was fed up. So what we learned is that Marie is upset that Leticia didn't believe what she was saying initially about Latrice season 1 and going into season 2. And that when she did find out the truth, she didn't apologize to her or hold Latrice accountable. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm 100% behind Marie on this, because from what we saw, even with the flashbacks, Latrice flat out lied to Leticia, making it seem like she was innocent and wasn't trying to sabotage Marie's business. And yeah, we on a reality show, but when you get to messing with my livelihood, you've crossed the line. We're not going to be friends after that. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely 100% we're not going to be friends after that. And so Marie and you are so close. And when you found out that this girl had done that and lied to you to your face, you should have held her accountable and apologized to your friend for not having her back. You know what I'm saying? Because from what we see, it seems as if she's closer to Marie than she is Latrice. But regardless of who she's closest to, one was right and the other one was wrong. And you should have let the person that was wrong, hey, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? And she should have been held accountable. So I agree with Marie. And it's coming across like you showing favoritism. And I don't like that, Leticia. I really honestly do not like it. And that'll make me want to pull back as a friend to you. You know what I'm saying? So Leticia was like, stop making this about you. Stop making this about you. And I'm like, how's she making this about her? Because she holding you accountable? So Marie was like, we can't move forward in business because you haven't apologized to me. You don't hold her accountable. So Leticia starts to cry and stuff and apologizes and admits that she was wrong. And Marie in her confession was like, it's funny to me that she won't call Latrice out though. And I need for that to happen at the reunion. Because if Latrice is really truly your friend, you should be able to tell her when she wrong and not fear maybe her getting mad at you or stop being your friend. But that's exactly what's going to happen. If she tells Latrice that she was wrong, mark my words, Latrice gonna start acting funny towards her. So Marie asks what's going on with her and Glenn after she accepts her apology and everything. And Leticia says that, he's saying he want to date her again. And Marie was like, girl, you realize it's the same thing he said last time, that he want to date you again. And that is what he said last time. Marie just sitting up there like, you dumb fool, you. So Marie in her confessional was like, I think it's in both of their best interests to part ways, but I don't think she's mentally capable at this point because she's putting his feelings and her son's before hers. I 100% agree. And like I said, Leticia and Latrice are the same person going through the same thing. So one can't talk no more about the other. Latrice, we find out after her argument with Zaddy, has been staying at her brother's house. And I swear, baby, that girl stay running, going to somebody's house or going into another room. I'm not going to be married to somebody when I can't sleep in my house in peace. And I got to run over my mama house, run over my brother's house, run in the guest room. When do y'all sleep together? Jesus Christ. So she sits down and have a conversation with her mama. And I love Latrice's outfit. Oh my God, that all black with the turtleneck with the thigh-high black boots. Yes. So she says that she feels like Cliff acts the way that he does because he's afraid to lose her. Girl, Cliff ain't bit more afraid of using you. He treats you the way that he does because that's who he is as a person. That's who he is as a person. And he looks at you like a child because you act like a child. And you don't check him and stick up for yourself. And her mama was like, you don't need no one to raise you because I raised you. And I said, you better speak a word, mama. You better speak a word, even though you speaking the word and your daughter letting it go and one ear and out the other. So Latrice was like, I think I messed up when I started calling him daddy. You think? She's like, I think I let my past trauma influence my relationship. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. She was like, but I'm not going to call him daddy no more. From now moving forward, it's going to be husband Cliff. Girl, if you think that you not calling him daddy no more is going to help y'all relationship, you're out of your mind. He's still going to talk to you crazy. He's still going to be controlling. Like, what? So she says she going to continue to stay at her brother's house for another week because he needs to learn his lesson. Girl, like I said, you done ran away since we've been watching this show several times. He don't care nothing about you running over nobody's house. Obviously, he don't care. He don't call you to come get you. He don't come over there to come get you. He don't care because he know you going to come back. He don't care. So it's the day of Gucci charity event and Leticia, Tamra, and Latrice are there. And I didn't even notice that Tamra wasn't even being really featured in this week's episode. Leticia wants to talk to Latrice about her marriage because she's concerned. Sanjay and Sky end up coming and participating, which was really nice and really cool. They didn't really talk too much from what we saw with Gucci, but at least they were able to be in the same place and be cordial. Akeisha and her husband come to support, and we then see Leticia pull Latrice to the side and tells her that she's concerned about her marriage and how Cliff treats her like a little girl and how all the girls are talking about it, how they're the topic of all the conversation. And Latrice was like, I don't care what they think about me, da-da-da-da-da. And Leticia was like, well, if he's comfortable doing the public disrespect, what is he doing in private? And Latrice just sitting there with a solemn look on her face, looking like she about ready to cry, because you could tell this girl is hurting. She's hurting. I think that she's afraid to leave him, start over. I think that she feels like she's going to lose a lot financially if she does so. And at this point, I think she's either trying to figure it out on the back end, play the long game or something, get her ducks in a row, but she's unhappy. She's very much unhappy with that relationship. And I think that she can't really admit that without fearing that if she does admit that, he's going to end up cussing her out, going upside her head probably, and divorcing her himself. Because he seems like the spiteful type like that. I know on next week's episode, they're going to try to make it seem like in the teaser clip that Latrice might be pregnant, but it's actually Tamara. So shout out to that T-Squad member that hit me up months ago telling me that Tamara was pregnant with a little girl. I broke that news months ago. So you heard it here first on the Color Me Pynk channel. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all thought about last night's episode. Overall, I'm going to give the episode of BELLE Collective an A-. It was a good episode. It really, truly, honestly was. Let's talk about it down below in the comment section. You guys make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.